I invite you all to close your eyes and we'll begin by taking our meditation posture. It's very good if the feet are flat on the ground, spine and neck pointing up toward the ceiling. I like to roll my shoulders back a couple times, opening up the heart and the chest. Preparing the body to meditate. And then to begin our practice, we tune into the everyday breath, feeling the flow of air moving into the body and back out again. Noticing any qualities of the breath. Is it heavy? Is it light? Very often we find the everyday breath is quite shallow, just a narrow chest breathing. So just observing, relaxing into the breath. Today we'll be working with the fire element. So I invite you to switch to what we call the fire breath. This is an inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nose. This is optional. We can do this all our meditation today just with a regular breath. If you'd like to try this, the fire breath is an inhale through the mouth. One of our teachers, Pir Vilayat, said it's like sipping through a straw down the neck, down into the body. A gentle inhale through the mouth, but a complete inhale. It just takes a bit longer. And then a normal exhale through the nose is the fire breath. We like to deepen the breath further in our meditations. We like to say breath is life. After all, it nourishes every cell in the body, brings more oxygen into the bloodstream. And so I invite you to put one hand over the belly, feeling the belly button, feeling the belly expand on the inhale, and then contract back toward the spine on the exhale. I think with a fire breath, we don't emphasize deep breathing like we do normally. So we just kind of find what's comfortable, but still sensing and feeling the breath more is very helpful. And I invite you to put the other hand over the heart. And this becomes our focus of attention for heart rhythm meditation. So we continue the breathing and the breath pattern, but our attention is on our heart. With every inhale and every exhale, the heart becomes more energized with the breath. It may even feel as though we're breathing in and out from the heart. After all, the heart is very close to the lungs. At this time, we always look for the heartbeat or pulsation of some form, circulation, the pulse, the echo of the heartbeat. It's something that can come over time. But for some of us, just by placing our hand on our heart, that sensation of the heartbeat comes. Breath and heartbeat, breath and heartbeat. This is the basis for all of our meditations, for heart rhythm meditation. Our familiar home, always available throughout our lives. Our theme today is light. Light. I invite you to take that into our practice today, seeing what arises for this theme of light. So we're going to continue now with the fire element practice. And this begins in a very special part of the body, at the bottom of the heart, above the belly, where the rib cages meet. This is called the solar plexus, a tender spot, also known as the third chakra. So we can even put our fingers here, and we start by emphasizing the inhale here. Our teachers also call this the inverted space, the gateway to the unseen world. So as we inhale, there's no limitation to the energies gathering in this special spot. And there is a warmth that keeps gathering, as if we're gathering fuel or embers for the flames with every inhale. In the way air with a bellows fans the flames of a fire, the fire begins to grow in the solar plexus. A warmth begins to gather hotter and hotter and hotter with every inhale. And in the same way that heat rises in the physical world, heat and light rise from this spot above, energizing the heart warming the heart. And then, also warming and purifying the shoulders and the neck, the throat, the jaw, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, the mind and the brain, and up above, even beyond the crown and up into the heavens and the cosmos with every exhale. So there's a gathering of warmth and light on the inhale, and then there's a rising on the exhale. Like kindling a fire, our own uniqueness, our own unique flames and light kindle in the heart, warmth in the heart, especially in the heart. Like all four element practices, earth, water, fire, and air, the fire breath, the fire element practice is a purification practice. So as the flames continue to grow in the heart, burning, burning, burning continues. It becomes an opportunity to release and let go all that no longer serves us. We can cast into the fire the challenges, the resentments, the times that we have been let down and betrayed, all the times that we had wished for forgiveness and did not receive it, and perhaps so much more. Perhaps we've had dreams that have been hurt and crushed and so forth. These sorts of times, we cast them into the fire. And what remains is the truth. Like gold, gold is tested by fire. And perhaps we begin to feel quite energized. This is also what remains. Our hearts are lifted with these purifications. We feel lighter, we feel more filled with life and vitality and energy. The purification by fire is by far the most radical out of the four elements. Sometimes it is the best choice. We need renewal to start afresh, to start new. In a very big way, there's something for us to do now. Very good for starting something new in life. It could be starting a family, be starting an important project, great help for others, starting a new job, something new project. When there's a forest fire, a natural forest fire, this actually is helpful for the soil. It's a new start for young, new trees. Rich soil is the remains that's left for young, new life to begin again. This is the radical transformation that can happen with the fire element. As we begin to draw the meditation toward a close, I invite you to check in with how you feel right now, compare it to how you felt when you first joined us. And I invite you to return the breath and breathing back to the everyday breath, feeling our feet on the ground, feeling ourselves held by the chair. If you like, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. We'll be retracing the same steps as before, making any adjustments to the posture and the body. Preparing the body to meditate. Then I invite you again to take the fire breath, breathing in through the mouth and out through the nose. And just like before, I invite you to put one hand on the belly and then one hand over the heart, really allowing ourselves to feel the body, feel the inhale and the exhale with a fire breath. Of course, it's very helpful if we can tune into the heartbeat, really feeling the inhale, the exhale, even though it's more subtle with a fire breath, perhaps more elongated, and then feeling the heartbeat as the basis for our practice. And then, just like before, we'll turn to the fire element practice, inhaling at the solar plexus, the bottom of the heart, and on the exhale, allowing the energies of the fire rise up to the heart. like Rumi said, I want burning, burning, burning. So really cultivating these red hot embers in the solar plexus and building the light and flames in the heart. Connecting with our true self, allowing for all of the challenges that we've had throughout life to be cast into the fire, and what is left is purity, our purpose, who we really are. And that may be just like a very pure flame that is subtle. Or for some of us, we may feel quite a large fire burning, like the sun in the heart. Both are very sacred, both are very important. After all, the nature of the flame in your heart is unique. No other being in the universe has that flame, not in that way. All right, so now we're going to work with a forward dimension of the heart. So hopefully the heart is quite energized, and this will actually energize the heart further with light. And so we begin by breathing infinitely behind the heart, inhaling from infinitely behind, and then on the exhale, beams of light ride on the exhale forward, energizing the heart from behind. Very often I feel that the spine is first energized with every breath. And once the spine is richly energized with light and energy, then it moves to the back of the heart. And then once the heart is fully energized, the light just shines forward into the world to the rest of us in this group and beyond. Of course, we can just continue to do this practice as is. Become like a vessel of light, great lamp shining forth, our heart's shining for us. And with every breath, the heart is energized more and more, illumined further and further. As always, I like to bring in another into my practices. It just takes the meditation to another level when we're ready. So if you feel called to, perhaps you can imagine another person in front of you. It almost does not matter who it is. Someone very close or an everyday person that's not so close to us. Usually our hearts right away, draws what we need. And so we can imagine this person before us and this great light that shines forward from the heart shines upon them with every heartbeat, with every breath. And I'll put on our piece of music for tonight. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.